185 subjects are susceptible to hypnosis. Of these, 11 pass the psychological evaluation. Become 11 people. Become a brainwashed assassin. 185 people began the experiment to see if a person can be programmed to kill. Only 11 remain. Now it's up to the experts to determine who has what it takes to become a brainwashed assassin.
Good morning. Nice to see you again.
They devise an experiment to see which of the remaining subjects is capable of rejecting deeply rooted social norms while under hypnosis.
So for our next experiment, what we're going to do is we're going to take subjects in groups. They're going to go to a restaurant, and they're going to be instructed to disrobe under hypnosis. So if you want to see if you can program someone to go against their social rules, a good starting place is to see if they will remove their clothes in public.
And you could argue that if someone won't break a social rule, like taking off clothing in public, then that person almost surely won't break a rule that's both a social rule and a moral rule, like killing someone.
Tom begins by hypnotizing each group.
We want to re-hypnotize you. The more times you're hypnotized, the more receptive you become.
Again, we cannot show his full process.
1, 2, 3, hands up. Correct. 1, 2, 3, lift it all the way up into the air. Stiffen the muscles now. Tighter, stiffer, tighter. Lock them together. Let go. Drop, drop, drop. Let your entire body relax. Good.
Now Tom implants a post-hypnotic suggestion.
Post-hypnotic suggestion is a suggestion that you give someone while they're in hypnosis for them to follow when you take them out of hypnosis. Having subjects follow post-hypnotic suggestion is another key to having a brainwashed assassin. It allows people to be programmed and then go about their everyday lives and then be triggered to kill. Today, you're going to go have some lunch. You're going to be guided to a restaurant. When you sit down in the restaurant chair, that chair is going to get red hot. You're going to feel your entire body getting so hot that you're going to want to take your clothes off until you're down to your undergarments. And once you take the clothes off, your hand will drop down and go right back into deep hypnosis.
Once the suggestion is implanted, the subjects are escorted to an upscale restaurant.
One over here, 2 over here.
Like before, the experts will observe what takes place. Now it's time to see if Tom's suggestion takes hold, if these subjects can abandon their own social norms. The first group seems to feel hot immediately, but is it genuine?
I think it's at least possible. All of them are hot.
Well, you can't tell.
But I
They're
can't
acting
tell.
as if they're hot. They're giving all the signals of being hot, but who knows if they're truly hot.
Kira has got the hell no expression on her face.
Right.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, no.
Tom sees that Kira is not hypnotized, and that the other subjects removing their clothes makes her uncomfortable.
Person, can you come over here, please?
He invites her to sit at another table.
Just close your eyes and let yourself become relaxed. Right there. Dory, she did react to the seat like it was hot a few times. I don't know, I just have the feeling that she's not happy with doing this. I think Dory feels the urge to remove her clothes, but she doesn't want to. That conflict might be a sign that she's under hypnosis. Oh, Dory.
Dory's reaction is the strongest, but 2 more groups remain. In the second group, the standout is DeLon.
DeLon is really struggling. DeLon caved.
After seeing the first and second groups, the experts become suspicious that some subjects may not be under hypnosis.
What's Lisa's expression? She's smiling.
Now, the final group enters the restaurant.
Whoa. Right away. Look at them. All 3. Ivan's hot right away, too.
reaction is also immediate. The experts notice something strange.
Have a look at Scott and his reaction. Now he sits down for a bit. And he just has a little quick, yeah, I saw it. No. Yeah. No. What is Scott doing?
He's taking in charge of it.
Before he pauses, before he does it.
Because he puts it underneath, I suppose.
That was a very quick reaction. Very quick. They all did it in this case.
Waco, eyes open. After the final group, Tom joins the other experts to review.
I think if someone is truly hypnotized in a real hypnotized state, they're not aware and thinking about everybody else. What about Scott? Observing the way Scott behaved, doing it, then stopping for a while, and doing it, I think he was role-playing. Now, with Denise, I saw her looking around very consciously at the other people, even though she performed the task.
So you're not persuaded she's under hypnosis?
I'm not persuaded. Dory seemed like she was really receptive. Ivan and Mark, there were quick reactions. I even noticed a lot of frustration and anger on Ivan's face because he ripped his shirt.
Mark and Delon are chosen to move forward. But now the team faces one of the most difficult obstacles of the experiment. The possibility that some subjects are playing along. If this is true, the entire experiment is in jeopardy. After showing susceptibility to hypnosis, 4 potential assassins remain. Mark, age 52, a shipping company sales rep.
I do not remember taking my clothing off. But maybe you could tell me. It was a bit strange.
Ivan, age 36, a Pennsylvania correctional officer.
And then I woke up with my clothes on.
You know why your clothes are on?
Nah, do not.
Dory, age 43, a jewelry designer.
Then what happened when you stepped in the table?
And I asked for hot.
And Delon, age 28, a clothing store sales associate.
When you gave my shirt off. Do you remember taking your shirt off?
Each subject seems able to abandon social norms under hypnosis. But they are about to face their greatest challenge yet.
So we're at the point where we have 4 subjects remaining in the test. But we have a problem. We still don't know for sure if they're legitimately hypnotized or if they're just playing along. Drop, let your entire bodies relax. Yeah.
So in social experiments, there's a tendency for participants to play along or to comply with what they're being asked to do.
Subjects feel compelled to try to please their tester. This is, in a sense, seeking social approval. In our experiment, there's also the added allure of being on television.
But if any of our subjects are playing along, well, it's a disaster for the entire experiment. Even if we did manage to get someone to actually pull the trigger, so to speak, critics could say that you haven't proven anything, and well, of course they'd be right.
So it's absolutely vital that we rule out anyone that's faking a hypnotic trance. To do that, we're going to use a full-body cold immersion test.
Subjects are hypnotized, then submerged in an ice bath, but only after being instructed not to feel the cold of the water.
We're going to hook you up to testing equipment to test your level of relaxation and hypnosis.
The experts theorize that if they are truly in a hypnotic state, they should feel no discomfort as a result of the freezing water.
If they are able to stay in the bath, maybe that is evidence that they were under deep hypnosis.
Well, it's a very extreme test. I mean, it'd be quite amazing if somebody can obviously sit through that whilst just playing along with the task.
But in Tom's estimation, this is a tall order.
I think somebody subject to such extreme temperatures like that can take them out of hypnosis. I've never seen this kind of test done before. If it works, I mean, I'm going to be blown away if it works.
If none of the subjects pass this critical test, there will be no assassin. The experiment will be over.
This just kind of measures your breathing, okay?
The team enlists anesthesiologist, Dr. Shager Upadhyaya, to administer the test.
What I expect to see when our subjects enter the water is
an inspiratory gasp, and that happens usually when the water hits the thoracic floor level or the nipple line, and this causes an involuntary.
Since the response is involuntary, the subject should not be able to prevent it, no matter how hard they try. A FLIR thermal imaging camera confirms that the water temperature is 35 degrees, just 3 degrees above freezing.
We decided to cap the experiment really at 2 minutes. Beyond 2 minutes, I worry about some cardiac arrhythmias, and I start worrying about the very real possibility of the triggers for hypothermia. The doctor here that's going to test you with the equipment should figure out for me.
The team attaches heart rate, pulse monitors, and a monitor to measure the subject's breathing. An EMT is also on hand to ensure safety.
Ready now?
Good, yeah. All right, excellent.
I'll be impressed if any of these people can complete the task.
All right, so I want to put you back into hypnosis very quickly. I want you to take my hand. Just close your eyes, open, close, drop your head down. I want you to experience your body to almost feel like it's becoming completely and totally numb, completely and totally becoming desensitized. The experiment is for you to take a wonderful jacuzzi into wonderful warm water. You'll be able to step into the water very, very easily.
No one really knows whether hypnosis can actually induce a tactile illusion, like feeling something's warm when it's actually really cold. But what could be happening is hypnosis could be influencing the interpretive process. When you sense something, your nerve is reacting to something in the environment, say like a pinprick. The brain needs to interpret that response. So that's where hypnosis could come in and change how we interpret that signal.
Stand up. Come right over here. This is Mark. So I want you to step into this wonderful warm jacuzzi right now. And I want you to close your eyes, let your lower jaw drop down. Here's heart rate. Here's heart rate increase.
Step up on.
You heard his heart rate increase right away. Was he not under? Or not under enough? As soon as you step into the water, you'll feel the water very warm and comfortable. Hey, so Dora, what's she gonna do? She does look like she's in a trance. Well, let's look for a response that she feels she's in a warm bath. Very warm. Step into it. Getting warmer, and warmer, and warmer, and warmer. She doesn't look warm. Warmer, and warmer, and now. Yeah, but she's having enough. And look at the thermal cam. Wow. That was wonderful. Go into the comfortable water. Okay, so this is done. Just detach from it. Let go. Let your head drop down.
You can see once they start panting,
Yeah, I think it's pretty bad. It looks like he's trying. He doesn't. Look at his muscles. His muscles are tensed.
15 seconds.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's done.
Put your feet under you. Put your feet under you. Feet under you. Under you. There you go. There you go.
Oh my word.
You know, I think your point's again. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to do this because the amount of sensation that's being sent to the brain is it just too overwhelming that even in a hypnotic state, they're not able to take it. Open your eyes and wake up.
So far, everyone has failed the cold immersion test.
Stand up.
No one has stayed in the water for more than 18 seconds.
Okay, help him out. Stop.
Put your feet under you. Put your feet under you.
Only one participant, Ivan, the 36-year-old corrections officer, remains. If he doesn't successfully complete the test, the experiment to see if a person can be brainwashed to kill is over.
Look it. Whoa.
The experiment to create a brainwashed assassin is on the brink of failure.
Here's heart rate increase.
3 of the 4 remaining ice bath for more to stay in the seconds for more than a few seconds.
Yeah, she's having enough.
Now, only Ivan, a 36-year-old corrections officer, remains. If he fails, the experiment is over.